Okay, we're going to start graphing inequalities, systems of inequalities, which is two inequalities on the same graph. So in this case, we're going to get a region that is the solution. And when we use two colors, it's really easy to see where that region is. So the first thing we're going to do is leave the y alone in that first equation. I'm doing the red one first, and then I'm doing the blue one. So the red is less than negative x minus 1, because I moved the 1 to the other side, and I have the negative x already there, okay? As a note, your symbols, less than and greater than, are going to be dotted lines, and less than or equal to and greater than or equal to will be solid lines. So we have to remember that when we go to graph this. So this first one is going to be a dotted line because it's a less than sign, right? Everybody understand that? And the second one is going to be a solid line. So let's graph it. I left the y alone, and the y-intercept is negative 1. And some of you are having trouble with finding the slope, but the number next to the x is negative 1x. So I'm going to put a 1 in here just so you see it. And negative 1 over 1 is one way, and 1 over negative 1 is the other way. There's always two ways to express your slope, so you can go up the graph and down the graph. So let's do negative 1 would be down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. And I usually cover the whole graph, like go all the way to the bottom of the graph. And now you're going to go up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1 in the other direction. Does everybody see what I did? And we said it was going to be dotted, so we can draw a line now connecting those dots with a dotted line. So dot, 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 and put an arrow on either side. So in this case, we have to decide how to shade it. And I'm still using my red pen. And it says y is less than that equation. Where is y smaller? Down at the bottom of the graph or where at the top of the graph? Bottom. The bottom. So we're going to shade this side. And I just do it with lines like that or very lightly. Do not do heavy-handed because if you make a mistake, it's hard to erase. Great. So go ahead and shade below because y is less than that equation. That means we shade below the line. When we switch to the blue pen, we're going to graph the blue equation, which is y is greater than or equal to 1. What does y is equal to 1 look like? What kind of line is it? It's a horizontal line at 1. So we're going to put our points this way, all the way across. You can skip a couple because it's a straight line. And then you're going to connect the dots and put an arrow. And this is a solid line because it's greater than or equal to. Got it? So where is y greater? Above that line or below that line? Above that line. So we're going to take the blue and do this. So, wherever it's plaid, that's why I asked you to pick two contrasting numbers when you do your homework. Wherever it's plaid is going to be the region where those solutions are true for both equations. So if I look at this point right here, that would make both equations true. Let's see. What is that point? That point is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 7, 2, right? Everybody see that? Yeah. When I put in a negative 7 in for x, negative 7 is 7. And is y plus 2 less than 7? Is 2 plus 1 less than 7? Yes, so that works. And if I put in the other one, is the y in that point greater than or equal to 1? Yes, 2 is greater than or equal to 1. So that region would be the right answer, okay? You can check these on Desmos, but don't do them on Desmos because you can't use Desmos for the test next week. So the first equation is x is greater than negative 2. Well, when we draw x is equal to negative 2, we go over to negative 2, and it's a vertical line right at here. But you have to draw it as a dotted line. Oh, I'm changing to green. change it to a dotted line this way, right? And where is x greater than -2? To the right or to the left? Where's x bigger?
Right.
To the right. So this one is going to have lines going like this. And you can shade. As long as you don't push too hard on your pencil, you're good when you're doing your homework, okay? And now the other one. Is the second equation ready to graph?
No.
Because the y has to be alone. So change to blue ink, divide by 2. And we have y is greater than or equal to 3/2 x plus 3. Remember that rule. If we ever have to divide by a negative number, you have to switch the direction of the sign. That rule is still the same that we learned a while ago. So what's the y-intercept of the second equation?
3.
3. So we plot the 3. And then we go up 3 over 2 from that point.
Wait, you didn't
Up 3 over 2, up 3 over 2, and that's about all I can do that way. So let's go down 3 and left 2, down 3 and left 2. Okay, and this is going to be a solid line. So go ahead and draw that. And where are we going to shade in the blue? Above or below the line?
Below.
Above, because it's greater than.
Right.
So when we do that, this little triangle here becomes the answer. So it's the plaid section that's the answer. I'm going to be looking for 2 things. I'm going to be looking to see if you did it dotted or solid. That's the first thing I'm going to look for, if you did that correctly, and if the triangle is in the right place. This is the region.
So like if we just put like an arrow like that, would you be fine?
All right, x is less than or equal to -2 is going to be a vertical line at -2, and it's going to be solid. Oh, it's got to be red. It's going to be solid. And where is x less than -2?
Anywhere to the left.
To the left. So we're going to do this here, right? And what about x is equal to 4 would be a vertical line at 4, and this will be dotted. And put arrows on it. And where is x greater than 4? To the right.
Wait a minute.
You're going
No,
to, it's
no.
to the right. So where is the intersection? Is there any plaid area?
No.
This would have no solution. There is no point that is a solution to both of those equations. None whatsoever. Either there's a solution to the first equation or to the second equation, or even neither, because all this in here is neither, right?